Hey guys, it's me, long time no see, and today we're gonna make a great collaboration with me, Georgi, and my friend and colleague Stefan. We're going to create a logo intro for you guys to see how this stuff gets done. We work in a TV company where we have to do this kind of stuff all the time, so we thought we'd just show you guys how to do it. Here you see I've made the Envato logo and the CG Plus logo, and we're not going to go through the process of creating this because this is a font which you can find from the moderators of CG Tuts or Envato. The thing I'm going to show you right now is how to begin creating the Envato logo, because we didn't have the vector logo. So I'm going to show you how to create this first part, and then you can follow through and create the rest of the logo. So I'm going to go through here, and first of all I'm going to say that I'm extremely happy that Envato gave us the opportunity to make this collaboration tutorial. I think it's the first one in the history of Envato. I'm not sure, but I hope it is, and I wish that after this one you guys like it, and we're going to be able to make some more collaborations with my friend Stefan. So first of all we're going to create some splines to create this logo, and then we're going to add the bevel modifier so we can create the volume of this. So first of all we start with a line. We go to the Create tab, and under Shapes we click on Line. The initial type is set to corner and the drag type is set to Bezier, and we start to create the shape of the leaf here, and we close the spline, click Yes. Then we go to our Modify panel, select the vertices, select those ones which are part of the arc right here, right click and go to Smooth, and you see we have the arc done. So we deselect the vertices and go to Create tab again and select a new line and create the lighter part of the logo here. I'm gonna show you something right now. Just let me close the spline. There is a thing in here which I did, and I'm probably sure that you're wondering how I did it. This is let me just show you right now. When you create a spline and you are concentrated on one point of the viewport and just want to zoom out and go to another place and move the cursor right here and then zoom again, the zoom will zoom accordingly to where the cursor is standing. So how to do that? Let me just delete that. Go to Customize, Preferences, Viewports, and right here in mouse control you must uncheck mouse about point perspective and check with this checkbox zoom about mouse point orthographic. That allows that feature to go on, and that's how you can zoom wherever you want, where in the orthographic viewports where the cursor is, to zoom there. Alright, so let me unhide that. Select this part of the logo, Alt and Q to go to isolation mode, and select those vertices that are not corners, those vertices which are corners we're going to leave to initial type corners, so they're straight. So we select those here and right click and set to smooth. Exit isolation mode so we can see what we're doing. So right now we can see that our spline is not following exactly the logo, so we're going to fix that by moving the vertices in the right positions so we can position them in order to achieve that look of the logo that we have. So in this particular case we can just move the vertex right here, but we see we got that little arc going right there, so we just right click and make this vertex Bezier. Now when you move it, you see we still have that arc, so we select this handle right here and just move it like this, so we have that straight line going on there. Alright, so let's see what we got. Here it is. It's nicely flat here. Okay, so now we go to create panel again, click line, and do the same thing as we did on the first part of the leaf. Right here. And we're not going to worry about matching this line right now because we're going to match it later. So go to isolation mode again, select those vertices right here, oops, smooth, and just start to refine the shape in the way that we want to. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to create the E, and then I'm going to pause the tutorial so you can continue working on the rest of the logo, because it's the same process all over again, so I don't want to take your time by talking nonsense while I'm doing that. So we just create the future arcs of the E right here and close the spline, and then create the drop-like shape of the E. Alright, so select the plane, the reference plane, right click, hide selected, then select this first part of the E and then go to attach in the modify panel and attach that inner part of it. After that, just select all the vertices that are not corners and right click and set it to smooth, and then unhide all so we can see if we can refine the shape we have there. Set this vertex right here to smooth, and right now I think it's looking pretty good. So I think you got the main idea of how to create the Envato logo. So right now I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to do the rest of the logo, and then I'm going to return to continue making our tutorial. Alright, here we are with the logo done already. I hope you got the idea, and I hope you'll do it by yourself. I didn't do it while recording because I didn't want to waste your time on me making the same thing all over again. So what I did was to create the whole logo and then just connected it by attaching, and I just left the E out so you can see the attach method again. So select the main logo and click attach and click on this part here, and right now we have the whole logo attached to one piece. So after that the first thing we want to do is go to Hierarchy, Affect Pivot Only, and Center the Object. So our pivot is in the center of our object right here. Then we want to go to Utilities, Reset X-Form, and Reset Selected. Just thing I like to do when I'm done with making some shapes with splines. Alright, so now it's time to add some volume to our logo. So we go to Perspective View by pressing P on a keyboard. Select all those objects right here. Select the rotating tool by pressing E and rotate 90 degrees, or first of all click the snap button or the right button right here and rotate it 90 degrees. Oops. Like that. So we have our logo facing the front of us. Alright, so select the first part here, go to our modifier list and select bevel. As you see, I've already done the preferences about our bevel, but I'm going to zero them out so you can see what we're doing. So when you first put your bevel modifier on, it's going to look like this. So we set our initial height probably something like 140. Oops, 140. And then our level 2 we set to something like 14. And the outline is going to be set by -3. So we have that nice. If you want, we can look at the front viewport, and we can set that outline to something like, alright, 3.5 is looking good. Alright, so now we can just select our object with the bevel modifier on and just click and drag the modifier on the next object and the next one. So thing is right here that we just want that part of the leaf to be a little bit smaller than that one. So we just set the height to 100 or maybe 120. There we go. And now we just select that and put it right here. So it's not that hard to understand the principle of making a bevel right here. And we just go in right now and we can reshape our shape to take a better form, because the first one I didn't like that much. And just pull those vertices back so we can kind of connect those two parts right here, and just pull up like that. Alright, so go in and look for some uneven parts of the logo if you like. So thing is that right here I would like to have a little bit more outline, so I just increase that to 5, let's say, so we can have that nice edge around here like that, and maybe set 4. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so we have that first part of our logo done. So we go to our create panel, under shapes we go to text, and we just let me just reset that to Arial, and we type CG Tuts plus or plus. Alright, just left click on the viewport and there you have your logo, but the font is not right, so we go and find the font type for our CG Tuts logo, and it's Lubalin Graph Bold BT. There it is. And if you want, you can just select the text, right click, convert to editable spline, select the the CG letters right here and just move them a little bit closer to the tuts plus part. Then select the plus sign and just resize it so we get the shape of our favorite site. Alright, so we just move it a little bit like here and just resize that, and it should go, this line should be on the position of this line, so right here. Alright, now we have our logo done. Right guys, I'm sorry about the glitch in the video right here, but my PC crashed and we had to start all over again. So we were right here where we got our CG+ logo done, and we were going to set the bevel, but my PC crashed and I hate it. So we select the Envato logo right here, up there. Left click on the bevel and just drag it out to the CG++ logo, and I just want that outline to be, I don't know, maybe 5 or something, 5.5 I guess. Alright, so now we have our main logo, our logos of the Envato Marketplace and CG++ logo. So now we're going to create our environment. It's not going to be one hell of a lot of environment, but it's going to do the job. Actually, I just wanted to make the height of this one 150. I'm sorry, and this one also 150, and this one too. And this one too. Alright, so now we have our two logos. So then we just go to top view, click on the create panel and select plane, create a big plane, go to the front view and pull it down a little bit like that, and convert that to editable poly. Select those 3 edges right here and pull them up like this, and just select that polygon right here and pull it back. So now we're going to create some edges to support our background, because this is going to be our background for now. Just turbo smooth it. Alright, so now we have our background right here, and let's make a camera so we can store our view right here. Alright, so if we're going to render that, let's render it out. By the way, we're rendering with V-Ray, so I hope you know. I'm going to explain what I'm doing, but I hope you have at least a basic knowledge about V-Ray right now. So we're pretty much done with that logo, I mean like modeling part. So we go to front view and we're going to combine this whole group here in a group, of course, and we're going to name that group Envato logo up. Okay, so we're going to center the pivot right here, and we're going to move that pivot right here in the middle, in the base of the V. So when we go and rotate that logo, oops, it rotates on that point of the pivot. Alright, so now we're going to select the CG+ logo, click Alt and Q to go to isolation mode, and going to convert that to editable poly and detach each and every letter of this logo, UCY, and not to go press detach again and click OK, we just press semicolons and click OK, 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 OK. Just a shortcut to repeat the last action you did. And OK. Alright. So now we have several objects. Oops. That we just need to reset their pivots, so centered object. And now we have those words rotating, letters rotating by themselves, so which is good, which is actually really nice. So actually we go to the camera right now and unhide all. So first of all, we just want to put a material on that background so it's not that ugly whitish color right now. Alright, so we can see what is going on. So we just select that plane here and delete it because we don't need it. Now we have to set the angle of the camera, so we just center our camera, Shift F to see our resolution save frame. We go to render setup or press F10 on your keyboard and select a HDTV video and select 720p. We can go full HD, but for tutorial's sake we're going to go with this one. And now when we have the camera selected, we go to the modify panel and type on the lens 17. Now we're going to zoom in right there, right here, like that, and just look at our perspective. So this camera, the target of the camera should be, I think, right here, so we can manipulate the camera as much as we want. And just select the camera again and go to 15 and just create that dramatic look of the Envato logo right here. We can click the snap toggle so we can rotate that a little bit easier, and just alright, we can go a little further with that, and we go to 8 probably, and just to create that dramatic look that we're looking for the CG Tuts logo. And now we can select that, hide it, and we can just enlarge the logo like this, or maybe not. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, so now we have that dramatic look, and we just have to straighten our camera out. Oops. Select the camera and just straighten it out like that. Alright, so I think we have a nice effect going on right here. So click Ctrl S to save your scene, because you know Max crashes sometimes. Alright, so go to the camera, press F9, and let's see. Oops, it's a little bit big, so I have to just resize that. Alright, I think I'm happy with the result of the Envato logo and the angle of the camera. So we're going to now create some lighting. Go to the create panel and click on lights, standard lights, and free spotlight or target spotlight. Go to the front view and create that spotlight right here. Alright, so now we have this affection of the light on the plane right here. So we go to shadows, on, click on V-Ray shadows, and we go down, 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 and we find our intensity color attenuation and just choose a yellowish color, something like that, and just in spotlight parameters we just want to focus the beam on the logo and then the fall off field to be pretty big right here. So we go to the camera right now, and if we press F9 we see that we have that nice lighting that goes on up there in the upper parts of our logo. So for this tutorial sake I'm just going to click on 180 to 270 so we can see that what's going on. Alright, so we can increase the intensity of the light by making it 2. So let's try that again. Alright, it's a little bit better. So now what we want to do is see the shadow type that we made, because the V-Ray shadow type is pretty hard. You can see that right here. So to fix that we just go to the spotlight lamp and scroll down and find V-Ray shadow parameters. Click on area shadows, and U size, V size and W size will make 60 by 60 by 60, and now it should be soft area shadow type, or maybe not. We just have to increase the amount, so 200 by 200 by 200. Yeah, there you go. We're getting something right here. So go to 400 by 400 by 400. So we have that nice soft shadow going on. Alright, that's cool. Nice. So for the sake of our visualization we're going to make this lamp blue, and then go to lights again, select V-Ray lights and select a V-Ray light. The type will set to sphere, the multiplier will set to 0.7, the color we will leave the default color. We just click invisible and no decay and make that lamp right here. Pull it up like this. Go to our camera and just see what we've done. Alright, so that is our main light to be. So we're going to select the spotlight and say it to not drop any shadows. So there we go. We have that nice effect going on right there on the CG Tuts Plus logo in the back. So I hope you like it. Now we have to create some materials, but first we have to set up our renderer. We know we're working with V-Ray, so image sampler should be set to adaptive DMC and the anti-aliasing filter should be set to Mitchell. The environment should be turned on. The color mapping, we'll just look at it in a second. The indirect illumination should be on. The GI acoustics should be to refractive. GI engine, the primary bounces will be Arrhenius map and secondary bounces will be brute force. So we click on the Arrhenius map and we go to preset. For now we're going to leave it to low, and the H sphere subdivisions will be set to 20 and show calculation phase will be turned on. And let's go to our camera and see what we've got here. It's going to burn pretty badly. I can see it from the samples right here. So, and that's because our logo is completely white. So one thing you should remember when making some design work, that you, in 3D that is, that you must never ever use completely white or completely black colors, because they will burn and they will look just awful. So we go here in the material editor and we just select a V-Ray material right here and just select the logo and put it to it, and I guess we have to do it letter by letter right here. Alright, so we can always right click on that plane in the back, go to object properties and go to general and click on visible to camera, so we won't see that, but we will see the effect that it makes on our text right here. So click render, and now you can see that color bleeding that happens right here. But we have the nice lighting going on right here, so I like it pretty much. And just click close right here. But if you want, you can make it black. I mean, you can copy that material and say backdrop and make it black, some dark color right here. Click it, and to be more fancy, you can put a fall off map on it so we can get those nice reflections going on, and set the highlight glossiness to 0.9 and the reflection glossiness to 0.95. And for the tutorial's sake, we're going to make the Envato logo, the CG++ logo, blue, because I really like blue reflective surfaces. So we're going to copy that material here and say blue main matte. First of all, we're going to need to go to the diffuse and select a gradient ramp right here and put one key here and 1 and 2 here. Alright, so now we just select on that and select a nice blue color that we like. Just make it a dark one because it's the beginning of our ramp here. Then just go and copy and paste, 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 and paste. Now we just go to here and just start making that color a little bit lighter here, so we see that nice ramp effect happening. Alright, so we just can go here and adjust our colors. Alright, so we go back and to reflect panel we just select fall off, and fall off type we set B2 for null. The index of refraction is going to be set to 3 or maybe 2, and the highlight glossiness we just unlock that and just put it to 0.6 or 0.87. Alright, and the reflection glossiness we're going to leave to 1 because we want this to be highly reflective material. Put it here and just render it out so we see what's going on. Alright, I think we have the nice effect of the reflection back there, and we can put now a test HDRI image in our scene so we can have a little bit more reflections going on. So select the material editor and select the bottom one, click on here and just find V-Ray HDRI, which is right here. Now go to browse and find that HDRI right here, and we just set the render multiplier to 2 and we go to spherical map, and the overall multiplier to 2 again, and that's to 3, and just open our render setup window. You go to V-Ray, go to GI environment skylight override, and underneath the reflection environment override, and just drag that HDRI on the reflection slot. Click to instance. Alright, so we go to the camera right now, and if we hide our backdrop right now and render it, oops, we just forgot to put the material on the here. Alright, so we have that highly reflective material that goes on in the back. Well, alright, I think it's too reflective right now, so we can go and dial that down to 1.6 maybe, and fix the colors a little bit. So if you want to go with the gradient ramp, but if you don't want to do that, you can always go and, you know, make it one color if you like, or more saturated one. So it's all up to you. I mean, it's a matter of personal decisions right here. So let's see how that goes. Alright, not that bad. I think I like it. Alright, we're going to cancel that, unhide all, and see what we've got. Oops. But make that object properties visible. Alright. So let's see what we've got. Alright. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Actually, I like it. So we have to just make the backdrop a little bit bluer, if we can say that, and just go like this and make our reflection to 1. Alright, so let's see that. So we don't want to steal the focus from our logo, so we just have to have that CG Plus logo and Envato to stand out of the background. So, and I think that's nice. So for the tutorial's sake, I'm going to remove that ramp. I'm going to make it one color so you can see it better. Alright, I think it's looking pretty good right now. Actually, it's not looking that good, but just for saving time's sake, I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and after that I'm going to show you how to maybe make it look a little bit better. So you go to V-Ray right now, and V-Ray light, select, this time select the type of plane, you go to the front view and drag a plane here. So we have that nice reflection that we want, and uncheck affect diffuse so it won't affect the diffuse channel, and see what's going on. Actually, we can see it right here, our lamp reflecting parts, the texture is reflecting parts of it, so I think it's looking pretty good. And I'm going to pause the video, and then when the render is done, I'm going to return to see what we got. Alright, so we have our nice reflection going on right there, and we can increase the multiplier of that light, say 5 or something. And this part of the logo we don't see, so we have to push it a little bit forward. Yep. Okay. So CG Dots Plus will be blue. I'll leave it blue. But I had a change of heart, and now we're going to make the Envato logo white, and this part is going to be, the leaf part is going to be the color it is. So go here and copy the material and say white main, and just change the color to something like that. Never ever use completely white or completely black colors. It's just not right. Alright, so select that, put the white material on, and copy it 2 more times, and say green and L green for light green, and just copy that color, paste it here, and paste it here, and just light it up a little bit. Okay, so now we have the dark green and the light green. So alright, so let's try it again, see what we've got. I know that the logo is white of CG Dots Plus, but I really like blue shiny material, so I'm sorry about my addiction, let's call it that. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video right now and return later, so when the render is done.